Hi guys, welcome to the whiteboard session. It's been a while since we did this due to the open. Hope everyone crushed their goals, yeah? Maybe, hopefully. Well, then welcome to the 2017 off season, okay? So, what that means is, if you are familiar with CrossFit, the Open every February, March, that's kind of what we base our year off of. Okay, so that's kind of how we program for the year. If you're not into the competitive stuff, that's still okay. It's still a good yearly reminder to see where we are in terms of our overall fitness. So welcome to the 2017 season. Can you all read that? Good. Okay. Cool. So, first thing that we're going to do to kick off the off season is kind of get back to basics. Towards the leading up to the Open, we worked a lot on things that we thought we'd see in the Open, like kipping, some of that high skill stuff. We're going to take a step back down. It's going to be more strength based in terms of programming for a little while. So that's good for everyone because if you know my personal belief, I think strength is the key to overall long-term health. Okay, so whether you care about competitive CrossFit or just being healthy, strength is very, very important to you. Just for metabolic reasons, you know, the older you get, maintaining your strength is important to make sure you can do stuff on your own. So that's very important. So number one, strength. And to start the off season, we're going to be focused on global pulling. Okay, so a pull is anytime you are manipulating something into your body. Okay, so upper body we're going to have pull-up strength. Lower body will be deadlift strength. You also see some like rowing type pulls as well. But so pulling things into our body is going to be our first area of work. We may see some squats. They'll be in workouts like the WODs and stuff, but we're not going to do too much in terms of strength based. We'll see those in a few weeks, as in like the next cycle, okay? So, strict pull-ups, we're looking to develop strength. Whether you can't do a strict yet, if it's just a band, that's fine. The goal will be to progress you from, say, a thick band to a lighter band, maybe to just body weight, get your first strict pull-up. If you can do a strict pull-up, the goal is to get you to be able to do many, many more, or even weighted, to develop the strength required to do things like muscle-ups, etc. Any questions there? In terms of the deadlifts, we're not just going for raw power. We're going to focus on strengthening your body all the way from here throughout the pull all the way to the fully extended position. So we're going to work on things like pauses. So if we're coming up in a deadlift and then pause, strengthen the back, strengthen the different positions during the deadlift. We'll also do eccentrics, so we'll be slowing down the reps on the way up and the way down. What we noticed was that some people they had a hard time keeping their technique in check as they got heavier, specifically on Friday. So what we want to do is strengthen you throughout the entire range of the movement. Okay, so we might not be getting as high as we were in terms of load. That's fine, but what you'll find is once you develop proper technique and strength throughout the technique, you're naturally going to get stronger. Okay. Any questions there? Okay, well, you guys are easy today. Another thing we want to touch, I think you're all pretty familiar with it. For the specific warm-ups, any questions there? The reason why we implemented those was to give you guys more coaching, okay? It really allows us to focus on everyone in class a lot better than if we just said, let's warm up, okay, go do your stuff. By getting you guys nice, organized. If you ever have class with me, you're in straight lines. Otherwise you get yelled at. But no, it's a nice, easy way for coaches to keep control of class. We can go through, we can make sure everyone's looking good. We can really get you to the next stage quicker in terms of your progress. Okay, so we thought there might be a little hesitation when we started it from the members, but I think you guys all took it and ran with it, which is good. Okay. So in terms of the rest of the cycle, we'll be getting into a little bit of Olympic lifting again, a little more than we were in terms of technique work. Gymnastics will be some more advanced movements as well. Remember when we're doing those, if it's a technique day, you're allowed to go heavy, but remember that technique comes first. So if you're not hitting all the spots that you're supposed to in the progression or the movement, don't push the weight until your coach gives you okay. Same thing with gymnastics movements. If we're doing progressions, don't advance before you nail down the earlier progression. Okay, so like if we're doing toes to bars, we're trying to get that kipping knee up or knee tuck, okay, and you kind of have it, but it's not solid, and then you go to toes to bars and you completely lose your kip. Okay, then we got to go back and figure out where we lost it. Okay, so keep that stuff in mind. We're going to get into some endurance stuff. I know the running club is getting up there. There'll be some running on Thursdays as well, lower distance, so it might play well with running club. In terms of the normal Monday through Wednesday programming, it used to be Monday was heavy day, Tuesday was gymnastics, Wednesday was weightlifting, technique work. We're going to change that up so it's not so formulaic. Maybe we'll throw you guys off a little bit, who knows. Just to make sure it's not too repetitive for you guys. Any questions with that? No?
So that means it's going to change from week to week as far
Yes. Yep. So we might see heavy days on Tuesday, might see them on Wednesday. Heavy days will still be normal though. It'll be a whole strength day. No cardio on that day. Well, I shouldn't say. Sometimes if you're doing the right thing, you can get cardio with a barbell. But and then so who enjoyed test week? Everyone crushed that, yeah. So the point of that week is to figure out where you are for our levels program. Okay. If you're not familiar with that, you can ask me or any of our coaches. But basically, that is to help categorize your level of strength, skill. It might be mobility, different things. So say you are super strong, you crush squats, you crush deadlifts, but you can't overhead squat the barbell. We know there's an issue there that we got to fix before we can let you start running with things. So going forward, our WODs will be based on your level. Okay, so not all of them, but for the majority of them, each level will have like its own prescribed weight, maybe prescribed movements. Okay, so it's going to be really important you know where you are, what you need to work on so you can get to that next level. Okay, and like I said, at any point you guys can talk to your coaches, figure out what you need to do to advance. Any questions with that?
So will you have each workout written already?
It's basically what it'll say is like it'll be the normal workout. It'll say level 1 underneath, so and so, level 2 this. It might be like level 1 and level 2 is at this weight, level 3 and level 4 is at this weight. It might say just like level 3 and level 4 are doing muscle ups, level 1 and level 2 are doing pull ups or something like that.
So it's not like totally different workouts.
It's going to be the same workout, just broken a little bit differently. How that goes, basically, if you do what is prescribed for your level, that would be considered RXing. Okay. If you can't do what's prescribed for your level, that would be scaled. All good. Yep.
We know.
Yep. It should help you guys to push yourselves farther as well to get more advanced.
Is that strictly based on levels, or say it's like deadlifts and pull-ups? You have a strong deadlift, but you're working on your pull-ups. Can you scale one and not the other?
That's going to be coach's discretion.
Okay.
Okay. Generally leaning towards no, because then that might not let you, or it won't make you work on that weakness.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes.
So for the weights, because aren't some of the weights different, like it's a percentage of your body weight?
Yep. And that time it wouldn't be. If it was just 60% of your max, it would be the same for everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
How long is this cycle?
It's going to be 6 weeks. And then after that, we will be going into, like I said, squats and some pressing. Did everyone see the monthly challenge this month? This was actually Brian Sasaki's idea. Because he wants to fix those ankles. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to give you some mobility movements, and in order to qualify, you need to do those. You need to get your coach to sign off on them. So trying to help you improve yourself. The hard stuff. Everyone can work out, but it's tough to do mobility. All right. Any questions from you guys on anything? No? Yes, Corey?
What about the applied and Excel?
It's going to be the same. Applied's going to be pretty much strength-based. Excel will be a little bit more advanced. We revised the levels for who can do what, so make sure you check that out as well. Made it a little less exclusive. So, all right.
How's it going to work with the competition class this cycle? Because we're going to have different off days.
Me and Blair are kind of programming together. So we already, I think how it's going to go is we're going to recommend Wednesdays and Saturdays as off days. Okay. Yes?
Next week, Sunday, we're doing 10K at Parkside.
Oh, buddy, 10K. 6 miles? Just over 6?
That brings up a question for myself.
Yes?
You said there's running on Thursdays. What is short distance?
Depends on who you ask.
I personally think short distance is like 3 miles.
Jeez, yeah, I'm afraid of that.
Wait, what's short?
Like 3 miles. I mean, in terms of endurance, like if you're trying to improve your aerobic capacity.
So is our 3 mile short day going to be just laps, or are we going to be able to do like a course?
However you want to do it. It's going to be on your own.
Okay.
That will be some of the extra programming, not in the normal day.
Yeah, I can't do this.
So, all right, guys. Anything else? Cool. Thank you very much.